Why do humans die? This fundamental and profound question has haunted the collective human consciousness for as long as our species has walked this earth. From the earliest dawn of our civilization to the complex modern era, every human culture has sought to understand the inevitable transition into the unknown. From the very first moment we are born into this world, we begin a silent, steady, and certain movement toward our eventual and natural departure. Yet, most of us live our daily lives as if death were something remarkably distant, a theoretical event that is largely irrelevant to our daily presence. We build ambitious careers, cultivate complex social relationships, and make elaborate plans for a future that we assume will always be available for us. We dream of reaching distant milestones, often forgetting that the very structure of our planning is built upon a foundation of limited and finite time. But behind every single plan we create lies a simple, profound, and entirely unavoidable truth. One day, this unique and personal journey will reach its end. Why must human beings die? And more importantly, what does this reality truly mean for the way we choose to live our precious lives right now? Throughout human history, the mystery of death has been one of the central pillars of philosophical thought, challenging the minds of our greatest thinkers. Ancient Greek thinkers did not treat death merely as a source of fear, but as a crucial phenomenon that required deep and scholarly understanding. Plato famously described the practice of philosophy as a preparation for death, suggesting that reflecting on it helps us live much more thoughtfully. By acknowledging our mortality, we are forced to evaluate our choices and live with a level of intentionality that would otherwise be absent. Epicurus offered a different comfort, arguing that death should not terrify us, because when death arrives, we are no longer there to feel it. He believed that as long as we exist, death is not with us, and when death finally comes, we no longer exist to suffer any pain. In the Middle Ages, the concept of death became intricately woven into the fabric of religion and the eternal destiny of the human soul. During this period, life on Earth was seen primarily as a preparation for the afterlife, where the true destiny of the soul would eventually unfold. The focus was not on the end itself, but on the quality of life as a precursor to what lies beyond our limited physical boundaries. In the modern era, our approach shifted as science and medicine began to investigate death from a rigorous and empirical biological perspective. Researchers moved beyond abstract ideas and discovered that the human body ages through specific, measurable processes occurring at the cellular level. They found that our cells are programmed to divide only a limited number of times before they lose the vital ability to renew themselves. Eventually, the body reaches a point where it can no longer repair the damage of time, making death a built-in part of our life structure. In this sense, death is not a tragic accident or a failure of the system. It is a fundamental component of the architecture of life itself. The core insight we must grasp is simple. Death is not merely the end of life. It is one of the conditions that give life meaning. Biologically, every living organism is designed with boundaries. These limits define the shape, intensity, and very nature of our mortal existence. Deep within our cells, structures called telomeres act like biological clocks, shortening each time a cell undergoes the process of division. When these telomeres become too short, the cell can no longer divide, and the body gradually loses its vital ability to regenerate. This biological boundary is present from the very beginning, ensuring that life contains its own finish line within its very design. From a philosophical perspective, this boundary plays an absolutely essential role in how we perceive the world and our unique place within it. If humans were to live forever, the sense of urgency that drives our most important decisions might disappear entirely from our daily lives. When time is perceived as infinite, the value of a single day becomes unclear, and the weight of our choices begins to vanish. Because our life is limited, every single moment we experience gains an incredible amount of weight, depth, and profound significance. Consider the revealing insights shared by physicians who have spent decades caring for patients in the final and most honest stages of life. They describe the most common reflections people share as they approach the end, and the patterns that emerge are quite surprising. Surprisingly, people in their final moments rarely express regret about not earning more money or failing to achieve a higher social status. Instead, they speak about the quality of their relationships, the importance of honesty, and the missed chances to live more authentically. Many wish they had expressed their love more openly to those who mattered, or followed their true desires with much more courage. In those final, precious moments, the true priorities of life become remarkably clear, stripping away all that is superficial and trivial. Death acts like a mirror for the living, revealing with piercing honesty what truly mattered to us throughout our entire journey. The central message we must take from this is clear and powerful. Death is not simply the opposite or the enemy of life. It is the very boundary that shapes and defines the meaning of life itself, providing the framework for our most profound experiences. While we cannot eliminate death from our reality, we have the absolute power to change how we choose to understand and embrace it. Some see death only as a source of paralyzing fear, while others see it as a constant, gentle reminder to live more deliberately. The question therefore shifts. Instead of asking only why we die, we must begin asking how we should live, knowing that we will. From this perspective, reflecting on our mortality can completely transform the way we experience every single day of our lives. It serves as a constant reminder that our time on this earth is limited, making every hour we are given incredibly precious. It encourages us to value our relationships more deeply and to choose our daily priorities with much greater care and wisdom. Most importantly, it challenges us to live with greater authenticity right now, rather than postponing our true life indefinitely. In the end, death reveals something truly essential about being human: our shared vulnerability and our shared capacity for greatness. Humans are the only creatures who understand that life will end, yet we still choose to live, create, love, and hope. And perhaps the deepest sentence we can ever leave behind for the future generations is a reflection on this very choice. To know that we will die and still choose to live fully, that, my friends, is what it truly means to be human. As we conclude our exploration, let us take a moment of silence to appreciate the immense gift of our own existence. We have seen how the wisdom of Plato and Epicurus can offer us a framework for understanding death in a meaningful life. We have also examined the biological reality of our cellular structure, acknowledging the inherent limits that are programmed into our very DNA. Ultimately, the meaning we find in our mortality is a personal choice, a decision to live with fear or with profound purpose. It is a practice that begins every morning when we wake up and decide how we will spend our precious hours. Small acts of kindness, genuine connections, and the pursuit of our true passions are ways we honor the limited time we have. Your legacy is not defined by wealth, but by the depth of your character and the love you leave behind in others. In this vast universe, our lives may seem small, but within the boundary of our time, we have potential for infinite meaning. I challenge you today to look in the mirror of mortality and choose to live your life with boldness and authenticity. This exploration was presented by Dr. James Ko, dedicated to the advancement of human wisdom and the study of meaningful existence. Stay connected with these key themes: life, philosophy, mortality, science, humanity, and wisdom, and join the conversation about living a truly human life. For further research, explore these topics: why humans die, biological aging, philosophy of death, and the meaning of life to deepen your understanding. For collaboration or academic discussions, please reach out to Dr. Jongmoon Ko, known as James Ko, at k903911198@gmail.com. Discover more deep insights in the various scholarly publications and books authored by Dr. James Ko throughout his distinguished career. Thank you for watching. May your journey be long, your purpose be clear, and your life be lived to its fullest. Remember, to know we will die and still choose to live fully. That is the ultimate act of what it means to be human. The end. Thank you for your time and your deep attention to this vital subject of our shared mortality. Take this time to reflect on your own journey and the choices you will make in the precious days that lie ahead. Every small detail of our existence is a miracle of biological complexity and philosophical significance. Never take a single moment for granted. Knowledge is the light that guides us through the darkness of the unknown. Continue to seek the truth in everything you do. As we turn the page to the next chapter of our lives, let us carry the wisdom of the past forward into the future. Our boundaries do not define our end. They define the space in which we are free to create, to love, and to live. Farewell, and may your path be illuminated by the profound wisdom of our shared mortality and our deep shared humanity. Until we meet again, live well, live wisely, and above all, live fully. Thank you for being part of this exploration.